Testing. Okay, YouTube is working. YouTube is working. Perfect. And Twitch is working, I believe. Testing. Yep. Twitch is live. Twitch is working perfectly. All right. Okay. Welcome to the VOD, everyone. This is the start of chapter 7 for my one novel or my web series, Hidden Class Jolt. If you're curious about the other parts, there is VODs of them as well as the completed chapters on my on royalroad.com on my page at royalroad.com if you're interested in reading them. There's a link in the YouTube description as well as a channel link on my Twitch page if you're curious. But anyways, welcome to the VOD because I doubt that anyone wants to stick to this 1.5 hours long of just me writing nonsense or just working my way through it. But anyways, to recap what happened in chapter 6, Junwoo, our main character, has essentially just applied to a guild, well, not a guild, Ascendant Lodge, which is basically, I didn't want to call it, it's basically a guild, but I don't want to call it a guild because I'm already using that word for other things. So I'm just to keep things different, I'm calling it an Ascendant Lodge, which is basically just, where you take your quest, you get your quest, you rank up, or like gold, silver, gold, F, G, G, you get the point. Basically, just to like so that way you can take on better jobs, yada yada, like a normal RPG. Anyways, we meet Ram, which is we meet Ram, which is a chameleon, a reception, which is which is a receptionist who is a chameleon, like a regular sized chameleon, and then we meet Goma, a bear lady who is the head of the Ascendant Lodge, essentially the guild master. But really, but since we're not using guild, it's the headmaster of the Lost Fang Ascendant Lodge. Basically, he couldn't when we did when essentially we did a evaluation check. Ram didn't know what to do because our main character stats are too evened out. That it's like, okay, so what do I push him in, like what do I push him for? Because he's not good at anything, but he's good at some. He's not good at any great at anything, but he's good at everything. So he goes to Headmaster Goma, and Goma basically says, "You know what? Let's just take him out to the practice range and just see what happens." And as he basically learns, and there we learn that what uh what happens when when Sinjuwu actually levels up, as he finally levels up to level 2, and there we learn that his passive skill, a Master of None, basically essentially makes it so that all his stats will be even regardless. Taking and like when you wait, let me back it up. When an Ascendant levels up, they get one stat point or skill point, and basically that skill point basically allows you to think of in Fallout, like how you can Fallout or Skyrim, you can level up stat wise, your stats, your skills, that masteries, that kind of thing. Essentially, Master of None, which is his class's passive skill, basically takes that skill point and will basically split it up to make it even throughout his whole stats. So basic so that's when Goma basically realized that regardless of what he does, his stats will always be evened out. So if it will always be evened out, regardless of if he trains in one thing or in another, all his that basically means what if he does everything, you know? As in what I mean by that is like even if he does only let's say swordsmanship, Like even though like he puts all his efforts into swordsmanship, all his stats will be evened out where like he'll have some stats in magics but like magic or like crafting or something like that along those lines. Basically, it's essentially kind of it's not pointless, but it's like basically even if he tries his hardest in like even if he tries his hardest in swordsmanship, like half of his like basically 3/4 of his stats will be going to other places, you know? Like imagine what's another easier way to describe it? Imagine let's see how do I explain this? I guess it would be like uh how do I this is like hard to explain. Like to make it like simple to understand. No. Let's see. Okay, imagine you're paying for something. You know, like how I guess like think of it like when you're paying for groceries. Like you're paying for this, that. Like imagine like I guess you would spend like $100 or $100, but then like you're gonna be paying like a percentage. You like what percentage of that is tax? You know, like when you're paying for groceries, like there's like the price of the groceries and then plus tax. You know, so essentially for the passive skill is basically making it so that even though he's doing only swordsmanship, there will always be a tax that will basically spread out his stat wise. So even if he trains as much into like I guess like offensive stats, like half of those 3/4 of those stats will be going to the other stats. So like basically he's not making full use. He's not getting full uh he's not gaining any full potential of it. Like if imagine like you know another great way is imagine you're getting paid, but it's imagine you're getting paid, but then like your paycheck is getting cut into okay, you need to pay for these bills, you need to pay for that, and then like you only get like basically a small like basically everything's getting prepaid like an unfortunate an unfortunate comparison is probably an MCN where like how they get paid and then they take a cut and then you get paid. That's basically how his stats are being worked out at the moment. And because of that, Goma basically is like, okay, so basically even if he trains only combat, he will only get like a percentage of that like to go to into combat. Others are going into magic, production, you name it, like everything else. It's getting split regardless of if he trains only in this or not. So she basically is thinking of the bright idea since it's gonna be split regardless. Why not use that to his advantage and train in everything? Since like there's no stopping this level this the essentially there's no way going around the skill tax. Which is basically gonna be splitting it, which splits up the since he can't put it into anything. He has to. The best way to work around it is to work into everything. You know, like a jack of all trades, which is which is his skill, and thus the name of the story, or thus the name of the title. Okay, let's actually start writing. My explanation is horrendous, anyways. All right, now let's start with Goma. I have no, it was a I know the I have a proposal for you. Goma stands tall stands before June. Who easily towering over him. Junmu immediately straightens up up to meet her. Here. Trains up to meet her. Knowing what actually hold on. Meet her gaze. To meet her gaze. As far as I from what we possibly know. From what we possibly know about your class. It is it will be difficult for you leveling as you could as far as we possibly know about your class, it will be difficult for you leveling up as you would not be growing stronger as easily as others. Goma lay down the tough truth. Lay down the tough truth. Junmu's ascendant. Junmu's passive skill. Master of none. Will make things difficult. Things more difficult upon leveling up as he has no control over how he gets stronger. As others can pick and choose where to place There. If a word you level up. Where you level up as, you will not be growing stronger as easily as others. Goma lay down the tough truth. Junwoo has the skill Master None will make things more difficult upon leveling up, as he has no control over how he gets stronger, as others can pick and as other ascendants. Did I do A or E? God dang it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Did I do E or A? I did A. Okay. Ascendants. Can pick and choose where to place there. Did I use skill point or did you say stat point? You gotta keep the, what's the word? You keep it consistent, or else it's gonna be really painful. Skill point, yeah. Choose where to place their skill point. Where do you place a skill point? Wow. Junwoo will always have to split the single point across multiple stats to ensure everything remains balanced. This can be an issue if can be an issue. Well, this will be an issue further down the road, as no as if June remains balanced regardless of where he is placing his regardless of where it's placing his efforts efforts into, even if he only does only trains in swordsmanship. He will he will have he will suffer he will have to share the stat spread. Share the skill point. Yeah, I cannot phrase this properly, Jesus. If he only trains in swordsmanship per se. The skill point will be spread across stats that give no. We spread across stats that will give no. What's the word? Give no benefits to him in the long run. It's it. Even if he only trains in swordsmanship per se. Yeah. They say if he say if he only trains in swordsmanship, the skill point will still be it'll still be spread across stats that give no benefits to him in the long run. Such as magic crafting. Yes, I just say pure magic crafting. Such as pure magic or crafting. Essentially, he is going to be taxed the hardest out of every ascendant. Even if you train, if you start training with training the day same day as others, they will likely outpace you. Outpace you soon due to you only gaining a. It's I split it down 5 ways. Yep, 5 ways. So a fifth of the stats as other. Only gaining due to you only getting a fifth of the stats. Wow. They would gain fully. Gain stats fully. This is right. This is what he was afraid of. This is what he was. Jun Junwoo will. This is what it was. Junwoo may will be to recognize this and recognize that he already lacked combat skills, but now stats his stat will also hinder his growth. However, there is a way to turn this hindrance into a advantage. Advantage. Goma after giving the Arch Truth, Goma gave Jun Woo hope. If you if all your stats remain balanced regardless of work and effort. Work and effort in one subject. Remain balanced regardless of work and effort in one subject. Then the only possible way to make use of this then they make use of all your stats. All your stats. Then there is only one possible way to make use of all your stats. Goma remains silent for a moment. Remains silent for a moment to allow Junwoo to find the answer for himself. If his stats will always be if his stats will always be balanced, whether he trains in swordsmanship, studies magic. They balance whether he trains in swordsmanship, studies magic, or practices his craftsmanship. Then whether he trains in swordsmanship, studies magic, or practices craftsmanship, then why not do all at once? Do it all at once. Do it all at once. You mean train in everything? Everything, don't you? Hold on, let me just fix that. I forgot that I had a view edit. Let's remove the page. Page up? No, it says page is format. There we go. You mean to train in everything, don't you? Goma simply not. It's not. If you have the stats regardless, why not make use of it? Actually, I'll make this up. If you have the stats regardless, why not make use of it? Junmu understood. Understood immediately. While he will lag behind others. In everything. He also has more options. While will lag behind others in everything, he will also have more options than everyone. Okay. I'll do it. He also will have more options than everyone. Okay, I'll do it. Seeing the future possibilities. John. Being able to heal during emergencies. Ready to defend. Being able to help during emergency. Being able to help if any, to heal others during emergencies, ready to defend against any attackers. And also still providing both frontline and support simultaneously. Actually, almost no one can manage. No one will be able to answer. Well, I probably gotta read more options than while he will lag behind by others and everything, he will also have more options than everyone, being able to heal others when during emergencies, ready to defend against any attacker, and also providing both frontline support with to answer his wide range of options. His wide range of I need to rewrite this to make it sound cooler and also just sound better. There are as many situations as him. Being able to heal others and ready to defend against any attackers, and also providing frontline and support simultaneously. Others during emergency, ready to defend against any attackers and provide both frontline and support simultaneously. Almost no one would be able to answer as many situations as him. Seeing the infinite seeing the now seeing the much brighter future, better infinite possibilities. Junwoo could not thank Goma enough. Okay, I'll do it. Good, I like that. Good. I like that passion. Goma. So let's remove that again. Goma gave a approving, gave a smile full of approval and pride. Pride. For she could also. You could almost. You could almost already see the bright future ahead of this new ascendant. Now then, for today, let's stop for today. Let's stop for today. For now, yeah, now then, let's stop for today. I have some people I need to message. Need to message. Thank you. Thank you, Gola. No need. No need for no need for a borrow. You found an interesting hatchling. Hatchling. Found an interesting hatchling. Found an interesting thing I want to see grow. Grow. You found an interesting hatchling I want to see grow. As well, as the headmaster begins to turn away and head out. Burrow. Thanks, sir. Thank you, go mobile. No need for Burrow. You found an interesting hatchling I want to see grow. As she heads back into the no, not into, heads back to the lodge, the ascended lodge. I cannot cursive type for the life of me. Heads back to the ascended lodge. Rom quickly follows him. Ron quickly follows her before turning back. Quickly says, quickly turns to Junwoo to she heads right, was about to follow her. Was about to follow her, but turns to Junwoo to say one final thing. Welcome to Las Fang. Las Fang. Rookie. I was about to phone before it turns to say one final thing. Welcome to Las Fang, rookie. Rom quickly. And like that, Junwoo is officially registered as in it's officially registered. His two companions and Boro quickly congratulates Boro congratulates him on his acceptance. Congratulate him on his acceptance. Well then, let's head on inside as well. Head on. Let's find a place to stay. Stable. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That was not too bad, but then again, it was. I wish I for what's roughly 45 minutes, almost an hour. Don't want to stop here. Actually, not. I don't. I will stop. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Let's stop when when the day is done. Leaving the training grounds. leaving the training grounds and back onto the streets. Borough leads once again leads the way to find leads the way to find a place to stay night. That was when it hit him. That was when it hit Junwoo straight in the face. Wait, Boro. Wait, Boro. What is it? What is it? What is it, Boro? I don't have money. I have money. Oh, that's right. Uh, uh, oh, quickly thinking, really thinking on his feet. Thinking on his feet. Junwoo asks, ask Boro a question. Are there anyone or are there people who would accept raw materials? Materials like monster parts? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Bill. Yes, indeed. Follow me, Bill. Me, Bill. Anything on his feet? No, actually, front. Junwoo. Clearly thinking on his feet. Junwoo tries to think of something that can earn him money. Think of something that can earn him money. His first thought went to his normal job. Do another job. Selling food vendor. However, he lacks ingredients. He lacks however, he has little to no ingredients. Little to no ingredients. At the moment. And that costs money. And that would cost money that he doesn't have. Costs money that he doesn't have. If he could sell it. Could sell some of his stuff, but that didn't feel right. Feel right to do so. To do so. Then a thought hit him. A thought hit him. Are there people who would accept raw material? Would like monster parts? Yes, indeed. There are. What do you they there are they're always an abundant of people willing who are in need of monster or in need of monster parts or for many purposes. What do you have to sell? Oh, abundance. I spelled it. I used the wrong abundant. God dang it. What do you have to sell? Who looks through his notepad and pulls out the fragment that helped make up fragments of his fragments of the 1,000 the remaining 1,000 leg cobra. Looks through his pull pack, pulls out the remaining pull out the pull out pulling out the remaining fragments of the 1,000 leg cobra. 1,000 leg cobra. I don't know how will these do? I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how well they'll sell. But they are sell fragmented as they are. But never. But you might be able to get enough money. You might be able to get enough money. Earl quickly leads the group to a blacksmith to gauge the usability to a black. This you see his take on the matter. Not bad. Not bad. I think not bad for a first timer. To get a bang off of 1,000 legged cobra. Get 1,000 leg cobra. Albeit broken as is. As broken as it is. A blacksmithing shop. See if hold on. See if there's to the blacksmithing shop, which are always in need of material. Which are always in need of material. Which is always in need of material. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. Sure, which is always in need of material. You know what? I'm gonna probably stop there. Just a simple 1 hour stream, I think, should do. And let's get that out of the. But yeah, uh, that's probably where I'm just gonna stop it because, I don't. I mean, well when we get back when we continue when we either next stream or next stream, we'll come back and then we'll probably fix this part. This is like one of the things where like when I'm just like thinking to myself and just like writing, and then like think what always happens is that I will begin to write and then like wait a minute, I could add more stuff here, and then I go back and I re-add. So we're just gonna leave this little gap here just to make it just as like a visual reminder that I'm gonna add something here. But for now, we're just probably gonna stop. Just an hour of writing should do, because I doubt that anyone has enough will want to stick around after that long, and not to mention my brain is cooked. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching this. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Like and subscribe on YouTube at Rocky Tales Production. Follow me on Twitch at Rocky Tales. And if you guys want to read this, I do have the chapters 1 through 6 available for free on royalroad.com. Links in description and a link to the channel, link on my Twitch page. That's all I have to say and for today. So thank you and goodbye.